You're watching Hollywood One-on-One, presented by StarRoseEntertainment.tv.
You had a great ensemble cast. I mean, and the thing is, a lot of people think you just need to have names to have a good cast. I mean, and in some respects, I mean, even the newcomers, or everyone was just seasoned, and that's what I think played well, was that all of you guys were seasoned actors and that have been around, and even if they didn't, or if they weren't around, they all were very well trained in their craft, and that's, to me, is what if the story is good, directing is good, and acting is good. I mean, for me, on the independent circuit, you kind of like forget about any kind of star power. I don't know. Would you agree?
Absolutely, and on that note as well, coming from an actor's perspective, I trained as an actor. I had never really worked. I mean, like you as an actor, but having the acting background and knowing what I know, I knew as a director not to mess with the guy too much. The casting turned out to be 51% of the process. If I had a very tedious casting process and picked the right person, and you just sort of trust them, and especially as on a low budget, you don't have that many takes.
Yeah.
So you kind of just let them do their thing, and they all did. We had, like I said, a very meticulous process for casting, and we had I think 1 or 2 read-throughs. Mm-hmm. So by the time we got on set, it was like, okay, hit your marks and do your thing. And as you saw, it turned out to my liking.
Now, just again, give a brief summary of what the story is, what the story is to the audience. I mean, again, I recommend it, but I want the audience to know what is it about Float that maybe could be convincing, giving a convincing statement of maybe why they should check it out.
Yeah, well, 2 of my all-time favorite movies, Swingers and Garden State. This is sort of a hybrid coming out of that, and what happens is the older gentleman, Greg's character, gets a divorce from his wife, who's played by Christine Rose from Heroes, and his 2 employees, me being one of them, I'm actually acting in this as well. You know that.
Yeah, I know that. Just the audience doesn't know that.
And then the 2 younger characters are living together in this house, and Greg moves in with them, kind of is pulled into their circle, and he's doing the things that 29-year-old bachelors do. And at first he fights it, and after a while he says, well, this is like a new lease on life. He hasn't done this in a while, and it's kind of new and exciting for him. But at the end of the day, he's the one who actually changes the younger guy's perspective on life.
Again, it was a great film, and I highly suggest you see it. Again, I recommend it. It's a loving and a touching film. Not only that, there's not many positive films out there. It's also a family film in some degree, where everyone could watch it. There's nothing too immoral about the film. I mean, there's adult content, but in some degrees, it's just everyone could walk away loving it. I mean,
yeah, and that's an important point, Ty, that you bring up, because late in the game, when we had already gotten the project together and it was essentially greenlit, I was approached by certain for pre-distribution if I was willing to make the film either a lot darker or a lot lighter with the potty humor. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't want to do that on this one, and fortunately it was privately funded and not in the studio system, so I could still hang on to creatively what I wanted to do, and I wanted to have some positive messages here. And as you saw, there is positive messages about family, and believe it or not, I just for my own personal, what I decided to do on this movie was there's no cursing in the film. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I did notice that, because I'm that's what I pay attention to as well. And not that I haven't been a victim, not a victim, but also I've done films like that in the past, and there was a time in my life where I tried to turn around of going, I have nephews. I said, what kind of projects can I do that everyone can see? Not that I say I'm against anything like that, but as you grow as an artist, you start to make certain decision making and what fits for the film and the script, and that's what I was proud of you too. It's like you made not only a director's decision, a filmmaker decision, and a writer's decision to do something that I think could fit all general audiences.
Absolutely, and there's enough brilliant films out there that are going to win Spirit Awards that just have very dark content and make you think about it days afterwards. This is not one of those films. Basically, you go in there for an hour and a half, you just enjoy yourself, you have some laughs, and you think a little bit, you know, about the content, and that's that. Maybe driving home you think about it, and that's all I wanted to do on this film.
And just, you know, stir people's hearts. I mean, because there's also, you know, tearful moments and stuff like that.
Absolutely, but nothing, you know, too heavy. Not trying to make any social statements. That wasn't this film. Although I have that in my repertoire. I have, you know, some content that different genres. So
now we want to leave off with the audience here. You know, those, you know, aspiring filmmakers and actors. What inspirational messages can you give to someone out there that wants to do what Johnny ASUNCION is doing, or he wants to do what you're doing? I mean, what inspirational, you know, positive messages can you give to somebody?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I saw a couple of your webisodes, and I can't think of anything different to say, or non-cliched, but I will just say, you know, it's about longevity, believing in yourself, and I guess the thing that I didn't see anyone say is, especially for me, because, you know, I have a whole, you know, I do other work besides industry stuff, so if you're not enjoying it, you know, for me, step away a little bit and wait till it comes back to you, which inevitably it does for me, because I love writing, I love creating. So, you know, enjoy the journey, I guess. Has anyone said that yet?
No, not to my knowledge. And if they did, I mean, you know, it's good. It's refreshing for anyone to hear anything. I mean, even if it's redundant or cliche. I mean, whatever comes from your heart is what, you know, the audience, you know, would sense.
And nourish those relationships that are positive for you, because there are a lot of relationships in Hollywood that are not, that bring you down. And you know, so again, even us retouching base. After I haven't seen you for 8 months.
Yeah, probably that.
And I really appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate, like I said, the years, and it's been fun working with you, and as well as hopefully we work again.
I hope so too.
And
we gotta
you
talk
know,
about that.
Again, I want the audience here to go check out my boy's film, Johnny ASUNCION's film, Float. Go check out his movie Float, and you can get it at floatmovie.com right here at the bottom of the screen. Check it out, support it. I love the film. Hopefully you'll love it too, which I think you would. And again, support the independent films out there. Support my boy and all the people that work so hard on films in general, but especially this movie. It's a great film. And again, best of luck with everything, Johnny. Okay, take care. This is Tyrone TANN with my boy
Johnny ASUNCION.
And you're watching StarWarsEntertainment.tv.